Hello, everybody. I hope you are all well. This is Meral, and I'm so happy to having you again in this my program. We have a very special guest today, and my sister, my cosmic sister, that we've been working for many thousands of years together, and now we have a lot to say because it's a very special time that we're gonna have pretty soon. It's a big change. And to me, I'm so happy and I'm so proud to be with this incredible woman that is Yves Balazo.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
sister. How you doing?
How are you doing? I am Yves Balazo. It's a real pleasure to be in this program with my beautiful cosmic sister Dolly, sharing together again the space, the time, and the love. It's amazing. It's amazing to be here. Thank you very much, Dolly, for
Thank
inviting
you.
me.
Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne. And we always have something nice and a lot of craziness to say. And the incredible energy is coming now, is just right here in the top of us. New energy, but new codes. We have a lot of codes. This package of information is coming to the planet because we are experiencing the new world. The end of the times is coming. A lot of different cultures like the Mayans or the Aztecs or the Egyptians and a lot of other uh, ancestors, they're talking about the end of the world. The Bible talk about that too, and is what we experience in this moment, right, Yvonne?
Yes. So how the energy at the moment, the way I see it, and this is a very personal experience. The way I see it and the way I feel it is very much of a crisis energy. So this year is all about this crisis. So it almost feels like we are in a hurricane of energy where everything is really whirling around to shape and form really what's coming. So this crisis will be in very different ways, shapes, and forms. A lot of you actually will feel it really resonate personally in your lives. You will have a personal crisis that you will need to sort out because whatever is not sorted out from the past, basically the new year won't let you to carry it out again. Everything needs to be broken. The new paradigms are coming into the planet, as Dolly just mentioned it. Basically, we have new codes coming into the new era, and proportionate to those new codes, the old systems are breaking up. So we are going to face this year a lot of breakups, and those breakups will be in a very traditional, holistic way. So we will see a lot of changes. We will see a lot of things that are not working, are not functioning anymore, and basically they will start collapsing. Um, we don't want to really alarm anyone because basically alarming is not the way forward. It's really about being conscious that we are in the crisis moment, and crisis is not necessarily negative. We always hear crisis and we think, oh my God, crisis, let's panic. But crisis is all about change, and crisis is all about the old going and the new coming. So really is a beautiful energy of opportunity because this crisis energy is really shaping towards our vibration. And now more than ever, the way we are vibrating and the way we are resonating will make basically what's coming next for like single and global consciousness. So it's really important for us to really kind of start shaping our individual consciousness, so that individual consciousness contributes to that global one, and we start like making sure that we are part of that change positively rather than negatively, and really contribute with fear. So fear is normal because every time a crisis happens, basically a lot of people have uncertainty, or uncertainty comes with everything else. But we just need to be really aware of something, at the end of the day, we are the ones that are in charge of this game. This reality is just a matrix that we created and is individually. Your creation is actually individually, and then collectively we just pull it together. But at the end of the day, if you change in, everything out will come together. So don't worry, don't panic. It's more about finish the work that you are still pending. In my case, I have been out of social media and I have been out of a lot of stuff because I'm basically working on my personal crisis. So I think it's really, really important to continue being working on this personal crisis if you're facing one, because basically the next steps is joining this collective new stuff that is coming together. And it's huge, is really huge, is shaping in ways and forms that we really don't imagine. Um, but a lot of things are going to change. Like a lot of things are about to change. The way we live as we know it is coming to an end. Is not sustainable. It's not what we want. It's not what makes us happy. And a lot of the ones that are awakened and they are now in charge of their realities, they know it. They know that basically is not what we want, is not what we wish for. And most importantly, we are now in control of what's going on. So basically we can decide and we can choose and we can shape the future together.
That's true. And we've been talking about this change for many, many months. I mean, the change already happened, but what is happening in this moment is since May is a big net, the all this information that is coming from the cosmos, we have a net of information. This net, cosmic net, is being built, rebuilt, like the origin of our planet. We're talking about when Gaia really was formed to invite other beings to come and experience the three dimension, and Gaia invite a different species in the cosmos to experience it. That net is information. It's all about information on some codes that was in the beginning of the form of the planet, and now these codes, they were manipulated, they were changed. We become with a big matrix that was completely the opposite, that was the real meaning to be in this experience. And now we are coming back home. We say that we're coming back home because all the people that it's been in the beginning, all these beings that we came invited from Gaia eons. I mean, I'm talking thousands of, hundreds of thousands of millions. We're coming back. That's why a lot of people is talking about the seeds, the origin seeds. And we're not going to be now just the origin seeds. We're the new humans. We're going to become a new humans, completely different. It's a process. It's going to take time. Maybe it's going to take 20, 30, 40 more years, but we are in a process. And this process, what that means? That means that we are going to start changing. Number one is a conscience. Is this consciousness that we are living and experiencing in this moment is to raise our vibrational frequency to the fifth dimensional frequency. Is everybody's talking about to raise the frequencies to reach the fifth dimension. And it's just a state of conscience. What that means that we are going to understand, we're going to remember who we really are. We are going to come back more internally, start remember, and we need to clean, number one, all our memories. That is very important. That's why Yves and I, we've been talking about integration between darkness and light. That means that we need, number one, to understand that we're both powers. And number two, we need to clean and process all the density that we've been experiencing for millions of years. So all that experience that our cells has, our mind has, our spirit has to be clean, because otherwise it's going to be very hard to go to the ascension. When we talk about the ascension, is the acceleration of that vibration, because if we are not ready, it's going to be hard. We need to be prepared for all these changes that are coming. And it's a lot of codes in this moment. Is there are codes in the water, there are codes in the air and light. Those codes are right here. And through the sun, that is our father, that all the cultures talks about the father son, we we have been project a lot of packaging of information, and these codes come from the axion that is our central sun of the galaxy. This sun project all this information through our solar sun, and the solar sun project to us. So all our cells are going to start changing. We're going to start experiencing the connection of our ADN, and we're going to start getting more and more wisdom. We're going to come back to be who we really are. So we're going to experience maybe telepathic experiences. We're going to experience dreams that we've been dreaming about other worlds, about other situations, or even the same world but in different scenario. So it's very complicated because we're going to put together all this puzzle, and now we're going to become one. We need to close all our lines of time, and all our multidimensional beings that we are needs to be one again. So it's a process. That's why Yves and I, we like to make this program to teach a little bit more what's going on, because we do a lot in Spanish. I know people are asking me why in English today. Well, because it's a lot of English speakers that maybe they don't have access to the same information, and this is uh, a little bit help for them to understand that everything is fine. That is not going to be a catastrophe. It's not going to be a destruction anymore, and we are projecting our world. So if we are okay inside, our projection is going to be fine. So don't get in the craziness that now the war, and now it's going to be a meteorite that is going to come to our planet. That's not going to happen. We have a lot of help from other beings in the cosmos that they're our brothers and sisters too. And they will be helping us for many, many thousands of years. So we never been alone. So they've been with us, even in physically, even here in this planet. Right?
Plus, the catastrophic is really good what you said.
It gets stopped.
Now
Yeah,
ended.
rather.
We
Okay.
really are not having any more catastrophes happening, like no more meteorite, no more third world war world. We're not gonna have any craziness like a holocaust or whatever. Nothing like that is happening anymore. So everything has been substituted for COVID. I don't know if you realize, but we actually had 2 years of COVID. We didn't have one. Originally, it was the way the game was putting it was only 1 year, but we realized that we needed 1 year for doing intrinsic work, whether the second year was more about the global work that needs to be done. And now we understand, like, we are in a crisis year. So basically this crisis year is all about the change, it's all about the stuff that is not working, and the new stuff that needs to be pulled together. But equally, for people to find their way, there's a lot of people who still don't know what they're going to be doing. And after COVID, there are a lot of questions on what's my role in here, what am I supposed to do. And a lot of people are still asking, like, how they're going to be contributing or how things will come together. So definitely or thoughts contribute, and the way that people pull things, like, literally, if you're like, concentrate on this catastrophe, concentrate on this war, you are going to generate a catastrophe and a war in your life, which you don't need. So make sure you are aligning to what you need to align, because again, Antoli was asking me this question yesterday. what are you aligning now in the new world? What are you aligning now in the new energy that is coming together? Because if you do not align with this new energy, it's going to be really difficult for you to continue, because you are literally going to get stuck. And the game now works, the matrix has basically created an 8 that is now open. So before the 8 was completely closed, there was no way around it. If you need to go through the cycle, you'll go through the cycle, and you could go through the cycle as many times as you could, or as you wish, or as you want, or as your free will could give. Whether now the cycle is open, so what is going to happen is, if you are really not pulling things together, what is going to happen is, like, literally the game is going to make a hold for you. So it's almost like you're going to be sucked out into sorting you, and then you can be put back in a way. How does it look like? It looks like an accident. It looks like something that is really going to be crisis in your life for you to make changes, but for you to also have the time to make decisions. So again, my real opportunity for everyone, and to make everyone aware today, is make sure you don't get it in the wrong way, because again, this crisis can be a beautiful smoothly one, where you really go through it knowing what you need to leave behind, what you really need to move on, what's the next thing that you really need to concentrate on, rather than coming with the back from the past. And it sounds really easy just to say, let's leave the back behind and let's continue with your life. But believe me, a lot of people were struggling with it, including me. Like, I am this kind of person that I have a lot of memories, I have a lot of previous lives, I have a lot of baggage, and it's taking me a while to let go. It's taking me a while to say, okay, lesson learned, let's move forward, and let's concentrate on the new energy, and the new stuff that is coming. So my real ask for you and for everyone else that is watching this program is to kind of do the same thing. Don't go through that hold that you don't need anymore. Literally, get your package and throw it away. Get rid of it, because at the end of the day, is not necessarily, you don't need to go and get rid of it through suffering anymore. The suffering option is completely out of the game now. So it just needs for you to realize what you're doing, and that you're doing is not what you want to do, because it's not even about doing it wrong or doing it right anymore. And that's the other thing that has changed. Before, it was very much of, you're doing it wrong or you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, the game is going to sort itself out, and you're going to get in your path again. Now it's not about that. Now it's all about your learning. Now it's all about your experience. Now it's all about your vibration. It's all about you being conscious of what the implications of your vibration are for the game, and being more embedded in the game itself. So rather than wanting to exit the game, we're more of embracing the game and knowing that we are basically in charge of it. So this is it. This is really our good opportunity to have a good impact in this matrix that is our creation. And at the end of the day, we're also the ones who are in control of it. So my real one for you guys is, like, let's pull ourselves together and just get rid of the baggage, because whatever baggage is there, we just need to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. And other thing that is very important is everybody's in different periods. Everybody, we're in different times. Don't try to push yourself to what's going on. I don't feel this, or I should be feeling that. That is not the point. The point is to be an observer. You need to become the observer of your own being. You have to stop and try to go internally each time more, so to find out who you really are. Because the point in all the meaning of to be closed for 2 years was to go introspected. If we didn't understand that all this work that we've been doing was exactly to come back to be who we are, we're lost. Because then means that we didn't learn anything. We know, Yves and I, we know that this was a pact, that the earth is not going to be resetted again, was not going to be destructed, so we can start it over from different way, not from the zero like we did 2 or 3 times before. This humanity has now the opportunity to grow up in conscience, but grow up alive, no start from zero. It's a great opportunity for all the humans in this moment. This is a precious, precious moment, believe me. The next portal, the Lion portal of the 8th of August, that is next Monday, is going to open doors. It's going to open Avalon. It's going to open Agartha. Those are the biggest doors, the biggest access that we have from the origin. So please, we just invite you to be more on you, be more in reflection of who you are, and come back about what you like. I mean, sometimes we forget when we were little what we really like, what we really learn from others' lives, because when we born little bitty, we remember everything. So it's not necessarily to go back and say, okay, so I was super bad. Now in this life, I need to pay for it. No, that doesn't exist anymore. That program that Yves is talking about, that it was inserted in the innate, is now changed, is obsolete. You don't need to go back to that program. Now this program, the new access to these codes, to this information now become more kind. It's much more kind. It's more about love. It's more about conscience. It's more about benevolence. Embrace yourself, but embrace in a point that you don't need to kill yourself because you find out how bad you were. It's not about that. The humans were here living an experience. And to be good, bad, or whatever you want to call it, it's just an experience that we decide that we want to live. So you need to understand, number one, why we're here. And very few people understand that we're here to experience and to grow up. If you understand that, it's a great point to understand where we're going now. So we understand that we're here to experience it, but we're going up to experience at different points and different life and different conscience and different states of conscience, because that is a fifth dimension. It's just a state of conscience. So to be a fifth dimension humans, we need to be a good humans, be honest humans, be proud to be humans, and not to be whatever we've been doing like a crazy. We don't need to be crazy anymore. We need to be more in order and be in the center. We're sometimes we don't know what to do. It's a lot of emotions in our emotional body. We have a lot of emotions in the same day, and sometimes we have no idea what to do with all that. Well, we need to stop, and if we need to cry, cry. It's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong with that, but cry thinking why I'm crying. If I cry because I feel lonely, that is a lot of this feeling in this moment, to be abandoned, to be lonely, to be with no floor, is what Yvonne says. And in this moment, what is happening is all these memories of abandon is coming up because we've been abandoned, not of other life or this life. We've been abandoned like a planet in some point with Orion War. Now we're receiving all this information that we need to take this package, see it in the front, integrate in us, and say, thank you very much, but I don't need it anymore. And then you can dissolve it. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard because you're still fighting with all these crazy emotions and you don't know what to put it on. You don't need to fight. You need to integrate, but you need to see it in the front. You need to see it really, really in front of you and accept it that you are feeling it. Mm-hmm. And we have people that is here is, I don't know if they're asking, they say hello to us. Okay. Hi, how are you? Thank you very much for contact. I know it's in English. We normally do it in Spanish, but it's important for the English speakers to hear all these messages too. Natalia say, why in English? I explained already. Aida Cervantes, there's a way to smooth things out, to pass a crisis in the lightest way possible. Yes, of course it is. And this is when you are conscious of who you are and be benevolent. That doesn't mean that you need to forget, because that forgiving word, I don't use it pretty much, because we need to understand that when we did something, we were conscious of the situation that we were living. That was our position. That was the role that we need to play. It's a game. This is a video game. Let's play it nice. I mean, we're here just to enjoy. And Mirta Power, thank you, Mirta, to contact and to be here with us. And she said thank you and hello for sharing, and send you hugs, and to you both. Thank you. We send it to you too. Aida, no catastrophers. That's great. Thank you very much for this. I say no more catastrophers. I have listed that this end of the year in 2022 and begin the 2023 was going to be a period when people will pass several crises, such a long his or her house. You know what? The crisis is as bad as you want to leave it. That's
Correct.
another thing, right?
And if you're conscious of basically your reality, and you're conscious of the fact that you're controlling this game, you know that you don't deserve something like that. You don't deserve to have nowhere to live, because other lives you have already done that. So why would you put yourself in a position like that again?
Yeah, you don't have to. Ifs get stuck in some
Still
point.
carrying this chip of suffering, where we are not necessarily getting rid of that past baggage that we come from other lives. So it's all about integrating. It's all about losing the fear. More than anything else, it's about losing the fear that I won't have a place to be with my family. I won't have a safe place to be with my family. My question will be, why do you need to put that in your head? Why would you need to put that in your reality? um, Remember, and this is something really important, lessons that are fulfilled, lessons that you don't need to go through again. And again, a lot of people might experience the lessons they want to choose. So it's all about what you want, it's all about what you deserve, but it's all about what you think you're worth. So let's work on that, on the worth part of it, because this is very much to do with the worth part of it. And it's super important that, especially in the new game, with the new codes that are coming down, you are really aligned to this energy of worthness, and you're really aligned to this energy of empowerment, because for many, 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 many eons, we have been literally carrying out this energy of non-worthness, and this energy of I can't do it, someone else is in control. So we need to be in control. We need to be the ones who are really knowingly, consciously in control of this game. And as Dolly said, a lot of things are already happening. I am starting to get psychic abilities. I'm starting to see like more and more like the future coming, and I know the future happening in a way, in a specific way, and then materializing in my reality is really like
Fast.
reality now.
Mhm.
And again, is nothing to do with me dictating, but it's more to do with me aligning with my real me, and with the real altered dimensions that are in different phases of time, and understanding that I can be empowered, and such everyone else can be empowered of their own reality. So it's all about not having fear. It's all about letting the fear go. And if you have the fear, embrace the fear. Go where the fear puts you, because the only way to go away from the fear is literally let the fear be. So understand, why is this fear happening? What happened in a previous life, and getting to ask yourself, why do I deserve this in this life? and almost like angry, like, why do I deserve this in this life? Do I deserve to be in the street? Why do I deserve that? And this energy of, of strongness, of anger is better than fear, because the energy of fear is literally over, like, all the way here, and the energy of love is all the way to the top.
I'm
And the energy
sorry.
of love is all the way to the top. So again, it's easier for fear to come into love, whether with uh, is easier for anger to come into love, whether for fear is really away from love. So my real recommendation for you is to start using literally your magic. Start using your decreting, talking to yourself, talking to the mirror, and almost facing it, like facing yourself and saying, why the phalangus do I need to be in this situation? Why? I don't deserve it. I have worked really hard to be in a really good place. So I want to see it. I am seeing it already. And kind of almost go with this, punchy, huge energy that dictates to do it. And I'm going to tell you something. This is normal. This is really normal. I am sure this fear is a collective fear, because I'm getting it in my country. And when I ask myself, it's like, I'm never in fear of losing my house. Where is this coming from? It's coming from my country. I'm connecting with the energy that my country is feeling. So this is not even my feeling, it's the energy of my country feeling. And this is where we, the ones that are aware, the ones that are awakened, the ones that are conscious of reality, we really need to contrast the energy, and we really need to face it on, why do I deserve this? I don't. No one in my country deserves this. So no one should get it. No one should lose their house. There's no way anyone should lose their house. And almost kind of contribute positively to this energy, because this energy of fear is everywhere. The energy of fear that I'm getting from my country is not only about the house, it's about losing their jobs and not being able to pay for basic stuff. It's about bills going up. So the electricity bill is going up, and the fuel bill is going to go up again in October, apparently. And I was getting all of this fear of, oh my God, what if I cannot pay my bills? And then I was like, where is this energy coming from? Where is this fear coming from? Is coming from a lot of people who are basically putting the fear through the head. The fear is coming through the head. It's coming through the fact of, I'm not going to be able to cope with it, rather than, hang on a second, I don't deserve this. I really deserve to be able to cope with not that, but even more than that. Why we don't see it in a really positive way? Like, come on, this is the end of the fuel industry. This is the end of basically getting these energies, that are not necessarily sustainable. We're using a lot of resources from Earth that we are exhausting them. We are not going to leave anything from our generation. We really are not being very honest about the ways we can use energy. And I have another one for you all. What about open energies for everyone? What about energies where we actually don't need to pay for it, because it's actually free energy? It's energy that everyone and anyone can access. And I think this is where the paradigm is going. This is where the new game is going. The new game is literally gonna free us from being stuck in something that doesn't work anymore. And I honestly, truly believe at the moment we are stuck in something that we are slaves of, doesn't work anymore, doesn't work for the earth, doesn't work for us, doesn't work for anyone, only works for the corporations. But also, I'm not saying like corporations are wrong, because at the end of the day, corporations need to have something there. They need to play the game in the way they need to play the game for us to realize that's not the way to do it, or there's a different way to do it. So I'm pretty sure out of all of this, new renewable energies are coming. And this is exactly what's going to happen. New renewable energies are coming. New ways of constructing houses are coming. At the moment, the mortgage in my country is completely unaffordable. It's like literally you need to die to pay your house off. Like, you pay your house when you're like 80 something years, near to death. What's wrong with us? And we're happy. We're like, oh, the paradigm is like, oh, now I'm not in fear because I feel safe, because I pay my house off and I'm about to die. What is wrong with us? It's like, what if, and this is a different paradigm again, if we could actually get our house and it's paid off? So there's no way you can lose your house because it's actually paid off. Because we have found a different way of making houses, which is cheaper. We have found a more sustainable, more reliable, more everything. So you don't need to pay anyone. You don't need to pay interest. You don't need to make richer anyone. Because at the end of the day, we deserve a fair way of living, a fair way of doing things. And we don't have it at the moment. We are slaves at the moment. We're literally in a slave period that is coming to crisis. And believe me, that's not wrong. A slave period to come to crisis is just a period where things are not working and they need to change. And the new change can only be positive. We have been in the worst, like we have already seen it. We have been in the worst already. So we have been in the steep down. The next thing is the hill. We can only go up. There's the only way to do it. We can only go up. So again, it's all about what you believe. It's all about what you think. It's all about what you feel you deserve. So my recommendation for everyone at the moment is connect with that energy, because very possible that's the energy of your country, that's the energy of the world in a lot of cases, and contribute positively to it. Contribute positively in a way of, yeah, that's right, I deserve to own my house. I deserve to not even have a, what if I don't pay my house? I deserve to actually own my house. I deserve to have a place to live that is already paid for. I don't deserve to be paying my place forever. So it's more about this consciousness pulling together. So this consciousness energy will actually manifest in the reality. But it requires individuals. It requires individuals like you, me. I have the same fears. I have actually come across them. I have actually literally grabbed them and shake them. Like, why do I deserve this? I thought I have already been in the streets of London sleeping in Victorian times. I don't deserve this anymore. Sorry. I'm not gonna do it. I learned already my lesson, and the lesson is I deserve better. So this is exactly what you guys need to confront yourselves with. Why do I deserve that? And the answer should be very obvious. I have already learned. I don't need to go through that again. I don't need to face that path again. I have learned and I am prepared to move on. And believe me, it's magic. When you do that, everything starts to come together. Everything starts to come together. It all comes from how you feel, how you believe, how you think about things, for things to start taking a turn. The only thing you need to be worried about is being happy. What makes you happy? What vibration really you need in order to be the happiest ever in your life? If you are not vibrating, not is not something you get, is not something you get through a special way. Happiness is a perception. If you perceive you're happy, you could be happy.
Yeah, what is happening is this is a little bit complicated. We have this mind is crazy. I mean, our head make us believe things that doesn't exist, and we have information and we put in our head, and we have this information for many, many, many years, and is the way we be habituated to think, and that is wrong. Number one, we need to be coherent. If we are feeling somehow and we're thinking different way, our acting is going to be completely different. So number one, what I am feeling is exactly like Eve says. I'm feeling anger. Okay, so what does anger come from? Don't try to put it in the head. It's because the government is bad with us. No, it's not. Where are you? Where are this to be afraid of what? To be angry of what? To be angry of the government doesn't give me what I deserve, or I don't have inside of me the feeling that I really deserve it. because that means that I don't provide to myself what I deserve or what I think I deserve. So number one is, what are you feeling? Because we need to have a connection between those two minds. But this is completely crazy. This is the crazy of the house. And to educate this craziness, you need to be outside of the scene. Get out of the scene. Don't stay inside of the scene and try to fight all what we're thinking or all what we're feeling in a reasonable way. That doesn't work. You need to be outside of the scene and observe the scene. And then you can see, hey, I'm feeling this, but I'm feeling sad. And I transform this sadness in anger, or is vice versa. And if you're sad, just put your sadness in your mind too. And then you find out what your sadness come from. Otherwise, it's super hard. And we have a fighting all the time between our head and our feelings and what we're thinking or how we need to act. Don't do that anymore. You need to be coherent. I know we sabotage ourselves continually, all the time. We think we're the best cook in the desert, and we really are very shitty. Why? Well, we're shitty because we think we don't have any value. We need to start having our value of a human being. That is the most incredible, highest value. We are human beings. And to be a human being is very hard because not everybody has the fortune to come to this earth and experience to be a human. This is all about. If you don't understand how much work you did to be today in this body, well, it's going to be so hard to find out why you're here. So, number one, we need to establish ourselves very well in the earth and have planted and have an anchor in our planet to say, yes, I'm a human. And from there, I want to experience, because I came here to experience, but what now? I can decide what experience I want to live. Start from there. If I want to be happy, what make me happy? And look for happiness, but it's in the states of mind too. Happiness is in your mind, in your heart, no anywhere, no outside of you. Nothing comes from outside. Everything is an image. Everything that you see outside is a projection that you are given from your inside. So if your life is shit, just look outside and then you will see how you are inside. So that is the way that you need to change your outside. It's changing the way you feel, the way you think, the way you're acting. And then you will see how everything, like magic, like Eve says, like magic, change. Because then you project that you are inside. If you have a partner that is being mean to you, that is no value you, and that you think that he loves you and you do everything so he can love you or she can love you, you're wrong. Because if you don't love yourself first, if you don't have a balance inside of you and understanding that love is just acceptance, love is coherence, love is benevolence, you will never find anybody to love you because that doesn't exist. Love doesn't exist that way. Love is your own love projecting through the other person and come back to you. That is the real love. It's a projection of you that go, stop in the other person and come back to you. But to have that perfect love that you're looking for, you need to have the perfect love for you. And then a person that has the same heart, the same vibration, and the same love for themselves is going to come back to you. It's going to appear in your life. Otherwise, you're never going to find out. Don't wait for somebody to come and love you because that never is going to happen. That is not the way that the love of your life works. You become the love of your life. You become that perfect match. Because when you love yourself, when you become in love with you, when you married with yourself, when you really become the most important person in your life, everything comes for consequence. Everything resound around you. So we've been talking, I don't know how many times about this. It's hard because in our mind we have a concept of love completely wrong. Clean that from your mind. You need to clean all those crazy concepts that they make us believe. If I die for you, you're gonna love me. If I sacrifice myself for you, you're gonna accept me. Really? I need to do so much work to have somebody to love me. That doesn't exist. That never is gonna happen. I promise you, it's not gonna happen. I've been married for three times, and my first two times were like that and was a disaster. When I find out that if I love myself and I don't need anybody to make me happy or to love me, is when my husband appeared that was exactly like me. When he met me, he said, I don't need you. I like you, but I don't need you because I'm happy and I love myself. Then is when you understand that that is a person that can share this life with you, the period that you decide to share. It doesn't matter if it's all your life or it's a year. It doesn't matter because we're normally in advance we walk and we develop differently every morning. So let's try to live today. This is another thing. Today is the only moment that we have. Yesterday already disappeared. Tomorrow, who knows? But if we live today the best we can, we're going to have tomorrow the best day too. But we need to start right now in this moment. It calls the sant moment, the divine moment. That's the only thing we have. This moment that we're talking to you, that I can see Eves and I can tell her how much I love her and I'm not going to leave you. And everybody, we coming all together. Everybody's coming together. Let's hold
We're in the
our
same boat.
hands.
We're in the same boat. No one is
We
more
are
advanced
every
than someone else, or no.
no,
Literally, we are in the same boat together. Whatever happens to one person affects everyone.
totally.
The global energy is now affecting more than ever. This
Mhm.
fear are globally, they're globally manifesting now, and they're manifesting very quickly. That's the other thing to bear in mind. So again, if we want to contribute, we really need to contribute with our um, very strict energy. So almost like put our foot down and say, I don't get it. I don't accept this. This is not going to be the way. This is not my way. And I'm not contributing to this nonsense. And yes, and as Dolly just said, being happy and feeling love is a decision that you can take today. That's it. You can take today that decision. If you're waiting to have the perfect car, the perfect husband, the perfect house, the perfect family, you will literally be one day, one
Frustrated.
day, one day,
I'm so
one day. Very
frustrated because
frustrated.
you're always waiting for something that doesn't exist.
Correct.
Doesn't
So I
exist.
am, and this is something I really owe. I think people will need to start doing more and more and more. I'm happy today because I'm in this life, in this matrix, and I am empowered to be in control. That's it. That's
And
why
be
I'm happy.
thankful.
That's it.
Thankful. Thankful for everything. When you wake up, thank you for my mattress that hold my dreams, for my pillow, for my bathroom that I can go and take a shower. Thank you for your body. Thank you, body, because you sustain my spirit. You hold in me to my mind that is still clear to think, to my heart and is ready to love me. Be thankful for even for the things that you are not very good. Say thank you because you're showing me where I need to work to be better. Remember, like we always say, all the shit can be a great to grow up. It's what you
Yeah.
put in the plants. Yeah, the manure that you put in the plants. Take it, take it and put it in your heart and say, now I learn what I don't like, but this is going to be my motor to be better.
Yeah.
I know you hear about these words all the time, but really do it. It's a time. Somebody's asking me how they can decode the codes that are coming. Look, are some codes that they're in the light. They call it light codes. They're in the sun in this moment, in this net, in this cosmic net. It's a crystal, a christic, that we call it the crystal net. Is download the information through our cells. You don't need to do nothing. You just need to be happy. You need to be aware about today in this moment, because those codes, this package of information is going to go through your body, through your cells, to your molecules, and it's going to start changing and connected the ADN, DNA,
DNA,
ADN,
DNA.
whatever. So in the moment that start connecting, you're going to have much more, you're going to more clarity about who you are. But let it work. Don't try to understand nothing. I tried to decode some codes that I saw, and it's impossible because they're working to reconnect us. So don't worry, you will find out when the moment comes, when all the codes come more like a make a click. I see it like a clock that is taking all the pieces together, and it's going to start moving around, and it's going to make click. They're like a codes to open doors. And the most important in this moment is be observer of yourself. And I invite you, all of you, if the next Monday that is a portal. Remember, a portal is when everybody get together in the same thought. It's not that it's a good pretext, because the portals are open and closed all the time. But the 8th of 8 of 2022, we have a period that will be open and come back all the information to the planet like the origin we were. So I invite you, all of you, if you like, if you feel, to connect with yourself. You can sit in a patio if you have a tree, or you can sit in your
Park,
home.
at your house, literally in your bed, just being really conscious of what's going on and the codes that you're receiving and the energy you're receiving. And the most important part of this is to literally just be in peace and put an intention into it. So you get those codes with the best vibration. Remember, it's all about vibration.
That's true. And Isabel says that she doesn't speak English, que no hablas español, por favor, no entiendes nada. Lo siento, Isabel, esta vez fue en inglés, lo hemos hablado, puedes ver otros videos donde hablamos también de este tipo de cosas. Lo siento, ahora fue en inglés. It was in English this time. And correct, Aida says, politics, education, religion, finances are going to change. Yes, but it's going to change if we let them change. Remember, everything is inside. We need to start the change it in here. We deserve to be happy completely. Thank you a lot for a beautiful girls for this video and your enthusiasm for energy and courage. We love you. We love you too. Thank you. And Francisco say a hug to you two sisters with love. Thank you. And
Same to you.
anybody has any question, we're here to whatever we think we will respond. That doesn't mean that everybody think like us. Is the information that we can download and how we process in our body and our mind and our heart. But that doesn't mean that is for everybody. If you don't resound with this information, you are completely free not to even hear us. Just pass the video. You don't need to hear us.
So you're not ready, it's not the time. Don't force yourself, respect your process.
Exactly. So all the codes also that download are codes for each one. So we're going to process the codes in different ways. All depends what we need. It's the need that our mind, our feelings, and our bodies and our spirit need. So we are in the door to pass to a new era, but be ready, because it's this energy that is coming is very important. Never been ever in the life of the planet. Listen to me. Never in life of this planet we experience this type of energy. So be ready and be aware that everything is now. So your thoughts, your words become reality in minutes. Be careful what you're thinking and be careful what you're talking about and the way you're acting. So be coherent and be more thankful and be more lovely with you. So let me see. Aida says, thanks a lot, beautiful girls, for the video and the enthusiasm. You were ready. Say so. And we're going to be, and I'm going to be with 3 more people in Miami next November. So everybody is invited to this conference. It's going to be a UFO conference. It's going to be super cool with Aldo Bitondo. He's coming with all this information, and maybe the spaceships are coming down to visit us. So that's another thing. The beings of other worlds are here with now are showing more and more with us and give us more support. So be ready to see them. Be ready because they're showing more, and don't be afraid. Those beings that you see in the sky or in your dreams, we are also us.
We are us from another dimension.
That's true. So if anything else that you want to talk about, Yves?
No, just really reiterate this idea of fear and this idea of let go, be happy, enjoy the moment, enjoy the present, and connect with yourselves, because at the end of the day, it's all about the connection. It's all about how much you are connecting with yourself. And once you connect properly with yourself, you'll have access to multi dimensions, and make sure you're really embracing that multidimensional being that we are.
That's correct. And well, we don't have much more to say, just to be happy. Please be happy and embrace complete your darkness and your light, and then integrate, because that is the secret to be complete.
Enjoy the Lion Portal and connect
Yeah.
on the 8th of August.
Thank you very much, Yves. Thank you very much, sister. And we love you very much, and be happy. Thank you.
Thank you
And
for having me over.
have a great day.
You too.
Bye bye.